Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 5th of March 1982. And if you look up our population, you can see our population is back under 50,000. We had a pretty bad winter for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. But first, we've got a bit of a problem in this area, in the sense that this substation over here is well and truly overloaded. So what I want to do is put in some more power. It looks like this side is overloaded, so it looks like the problem may be in this area here. Yeah, we've got an overload in this area here, which could be causing a... So what we need to do really is put a substation somewhere about here to split off some of the load, although this one is quite heavily overloaded as well. Kind of a bit tempted to put two substations in actually. I think I might, because I think the problem is I've put substations all the way around the outside, and now that they've all got a bit overloaded. In fact, I think we're going to put a substation in here because we do need to keep this area stable. So I'm gonna I think we can use a modded substation. Power substation. Here we are. We got this one here. We're put you here. Just put control so that we can put one just in there. So we're gonna have to run power. These are gonna be overloaded, so we're going to need to try and get the power cables out from here. Well, what happened there? Okay. Game. And that one's come. You're going to have to come through to about there. Hook you up to there. Make sure this is connected. Let me just see. A bit difficult to tell with all these buildings. There we got that. Where's the power line here? Yep, it's fluctuating. Right, we're going to bump this to priority 1 because we do need this very badly. Because it's affecting our ability to distribute justice. We're bringing the helicopters for support as well. They're not doing that much at the moment, so we'll get that built in there. And this one is picking up a lot of load, and I think it's down to the fact that we've got this one here. It says 81%. I think there's the part of the problem is this slot over here. So I don't think I've got a substation in this area. Let me just check. Oops, don't want to make a city. I want to... No, we got a lot of power being drawn here, and it's interfering with that substation there. So I think if we put another substation in here, let's just put a normal one in here. Same one, just there, and then run the mud road out there. Oops. There. The substation is just there. Run you to there. Get that. And I don't think this one is quite so important, but we will put the helicopter support crews on. Oops. There's can't land there. Oh well. They pick this up. They should build this. That should build this. This should solve the power problem here. As you can see here that the cases are starting to build up, so we do need this done ASAP. We can speed the game back up. Now, let's just go up north and I'm just explain what went wrong during the winter. And it was one of these things which you can say assumption can catch you out. And what actually happened is that, yeah, it's telling me the electricity problem, is that this sewage treatment plant filled up. And so there was no slack there. And what actually happened is this part of the city was okay, but this part here, the sewage tanks filled up, and more importantly, their sewage tanks up here filled up. And what happened was the people started to get sick here and here. And of course, these were where our workers were providing these blocks here were providing the workers to the heating plant. And of course, so it goes without saying that because there was no workers in the heating plant, the temperature dropped, and the population in this area here virtually collapsed. In fact, see, it's still slowly filling back up again. To see if we've got any more slack. How's the population at the moment? Yeah, you can see at the moment the population is still filling back up into this area. And what I had to do in the end, it's a bit difficult to see them, but if I go underground, you'll be able to see them. What I built was 2 septic tanks. And the other thing I also did was I switched the water supply off here. So what's actually happening now is that the water processing being in here, you can see the amount of stored water now is dropping because the 2 septic tanks here are actually consuming water because they've got no output, and you can see they're consuming 3 cubic meters of water are being eliminated, and it says maximum flow process 6 cubic meters. So what's actually happening is these 2 septic tanks are taking 12 cubic meters of water out of the system over time, and probably per day. And that's slowly draining this tank out, and by doing that, it's actually emptied all the septic tanks. Now, I need a long-term solution to this, but what I want to do is use this as a bit of an experiment, because I think the problem is the industry up here. Because if I show you the industry here, you can see that this is only consuming a little bit of water, but what it's actually doing is producing the sewage, which is then filling up the system. Where where I've done that kind of closed system before, like up here, what happens is it goes into equilibrium. I think having the industry connected into this system here means it's not in equilibrium. Now the problem I've got is how am I actually going to deal with this industry up here? And what I want to do is just to see how well this goes as a balancing system. But if it's a bit of a problem, what I might do is change the pipework underneath here and the sewage disposal here. Take this offline with respect to the sewage output here, and then we're going to have to find some other way to dispose of it. I mean, I could create a kind of artificial lake up here or something and just dump the sewage, but this is one of the problems of being so far inland. It can be a problem. What is this? Oh, it's electric heating pump. Yeah, so that is the current situation. But for this part, what we're going to do is just let this drain out, get this back to 0, and then we'll see how well that actually goes. And then I'll work out a different way. So there's nothing like a bit of a challenge. And actually, while I was actually fiddling around with this through the winter, it suddenly occurred to me that this is the type of situation that we may be able to get into when the next update comes with waste disposal. That if we can't get rid of the waste, and I'm still not sure how we're going to get rid of the waste, because I know that if you watch the community reports, they talk about recycling and incineration, but when you first get started, the problem is what we're going to do with the waste, and especially if you've got a big city in the middle of nowhere. I mean, getting rid of the waste and processing it is going to be a little bit difficulty. And you can't really put a recycling plant in every single position or city on the map. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. We got a fire, Ironton. Okay, we got. Oh, it's oh that's okay. That'll be dealt with. Yeah. Let's check our prisons. Yeah, our prison's doing okay. Anyway, let me just get back up to here. Now, just to give you an update of where we are with our new town. It's coming together. We've got our oil store here. I'm not going to put oil into this just yet because we've still got a lot to build up here. And, well, we've got a lot built here. I just want to make sure nobody's moving in because that would cause a problem as well. But no power supply there. We're still laying in the power supplies as well. You can see we've got these massive blocks. And one thing I don't think I have done yet, I'm just going underground. I don't think I've started on the sewage outfalls. There's no construction path. Well, that's going to be annoying. Well, that's being built. That's being built. Oh, maybe I have the wrong one selected. We need this built, this built. We need this built. We're certainly going to need to dispose of the sewage. Electricity problem now. Where are you? Oh, yeah. It's the same problem here. Okay, how are we doing, guys? Right, we put the power cables in. How's the new substation here? Yeah, it's complaining that it's overloaded, but we have stabilized the power here, and you can see how quickly now we got the power back up. We've got cleared all the courthouses there, but we still got a problem here. I think we can push that to make some priority. Make sure you can't, nor can you. Okay, so we're gonna have to make sure. Why is it telling me that there's no? Get some additional workers on here. Make sure that these guys have picked it up. That's a road crew. I don't care who you are, as long as you deliver something to. Yeah. I think they get there eventually. Yeah, it's this substation that was causing the problem. And you can see it's actually dropped now because we've drawn some of the power away from this one. So it's this one that's actually overloaded. So if we get, once this is built, that should take the pressure off of this one. Because this was at 235%. Anyway, back to where were we? Road crew here. Yeah, back to this area here. And at the moment we're just pulling this area together. I've got no water supply at the moment. Yes, I know. Still really putting this area together. So now the next thing I want to do is just check my rail guys here, because they're doing lots and lots of little odds and ends jobs, and yeah, he's down to kind of right. We've built the rail track into there, got the rail track into here. I think what I'm gonna do is where we need to. I need to no, I don't need to electrify that. What I do need to do is electrify this. So if we come here, press shift, start with that. because we are going to push up past this area. Eventually we will electrify into here, but this side is not quite so important. So that is done. As you may have guessed, this is going to be part. Oh, we haven't built this backlink yet. That's okay. Let's see how we're out to here. You need to get this link into here. Looks like I've missed the station here. Certainly get the support cruise. They got the cruise on that. We do need to build that station in. Gas station here that needs fuel. Okay. So much going on. See, I think you've got a little bit of space. Yep. Only got 7 out of 20. This gas station is more provider support for the distribution office here. Got so much fuel. Any other gas station? I think I put another gas station up here somewhere. Is it over here? Oh, that one's covered. That one's covered. What about this one? That one's been supplied by somebody else. Okay, we got fire. That's Ironton, so that should be good. Don't think Ironton will have a bit of a problem. I mean, let me just check the happiness now. I mean, the happiness went right through the basement during the winter. See, it's picking back up again now. It's not quite so good here, but it is improving. Okay. And nearly there. I think what we will do is open up this block. Well, let people back into this area. We've still got a good workforce in there, which is good. I think the workforce is still, yeah, there's these guys. I think we can afford to take a chance now and take that off because we are in the kind of during the good period. Take that off as well while we're at it. We'll see if this will settle down and actually improve. Our steel fill factory over here is still doing quite well. We've got lots and lots of steel here, and that's ensuring that we've got a nice supply of coal here as well. So we're looking good from that perspective. 87% in this little town here. Anyway, and just again, just to show you, see, this one's in equilibrium. It's, in fact, it's processing more water than. Have a quick look. Yeah, you can see it's maintaining water supply in the apartments. If we look at these apartments, that's solid as well. A lot of fires at the moment. Oil port. Oh, wow. I think they should be able to do with that because there is a local fire station. I'll have check. Yeah, we'll just let that run for the moment. Anyway, let's just get down to some real work. As I say, we are putting together our new town here, although it's going to take quite a little while for it to grow up and become settled. So we're just going to have to work on that. What I do want to do is think a little bit about what's going on here. Actually, let's just check our ships. This guy's still taking oil back, but I do wonder. Just check something. Oh, this is the. Oh yeah, our fuel oil is full. A sudden moment of thought there was the fact that we've got that there. Anyway, so what we've got over here is we need a chemical plant and we also need plastics. So that, because what I want here is our electronics industry. So we do need, let me just look at the advanced technology now. What we need is electrical components. Electrical components need plastic. We have got this, not that big factory, but and this will produce, this needs, was it 0.7 tons of plastic. So we don't need large, vast amounts of a thing to make components, but we do need a fair amount of plastic. And then once we've made that, we need a bit more plastic to make the electronics assembly hall. Is this one here? I don't think I've got a factory, but this is, so this is what we're aiming towards. But what we do need to do is, from fossil fuels, is we need to produce chemicals. We got this one here, and we got this monster chemical plant here, which is what I'm a kind of bit inclined to use. But the problem is that to drive this, we're going to need crops, gravel, wood, and oil. So what I'm trying to think is where we'd actually put these, because ideally we've got to bring in the gravel. The gravel shouldn't be a problem, because we can bring the gravel in from over here, and the general consumption for the gravel is, you can see here, is 2.4 tons of gravel per day. And the wood we can produce locally, and the crops. So and what I want this to do is the center for our entire area. And I'm kind of thinking we got the oil tank over there. This, yeah, we've got a construction office over here. We must have wherever it is. So I'm kind of we've got quite a lot of space here, and maybe we can have, I'm trying to think of how I did it in my Seven Crosses series. Well, we can follow the line of the map here. I think what we'll do is we'll have 4 of these, because we do need to produce a lot of electronics. So say for argument's sake, we got this oil fields here. So say we start about there. How many chemicals is this going to produce? 2.7 tons. So if we start about here, and then we're going to need a warehouse to connect it. Warehouses. We're going to have my favorite one. Say we put this warehouse. Actually, if we put it, just trying to think. Actually, we could put the warehouse. I'd like a warehouse between 2 of them. I think if we come down, if I can pull this south a little bit, say to that position, then we put a next chemical plant in. Where is it? Fuels. And but you, not sure why that would be back that way. They are the same way round, aren't they? In theory, that should come there. For some reason, this is stepping back a little bit. And then, how many chemicals will this produce? 2.7, 2.7. Let me just check something. How much electronics? How much plastic? Electrical components? 1.5. This produces 3.1. Kind of. We do need a lot of chemicals, so we're gonna build 4 of these. So put another one. That. And then we've still got plenty of space, so no problem there. Actually, it just suddenly occurred to me. We don't need to mess about with oops, not height tool, right? How come I've only got one of them? That's all. Get rid of you. Why won't it? Oh, we're gonna have to hook both centers. There we are. Got there in the end. Just bring this one forward slightly again, like that. I want to leave a space in case I need a road between the 2 buildings. That will give us 4. And again. Okay, game, you are really annoying me today. You up there, and we'll just do it the other way. Come on. And we'll just hook you up. Oh, that's why, because this area bit isn't level. So I didn't wait long enough for it to level it off. That's my fail then. So we've now got the 4 chemical plants. We got where's the output from the oil here? Now, before we do the oil connection, we do need to put in a supply for the conveyors. We need to supply the gravel to all 4. Now, the gravel's going to have to come from here, across the bridge. Therefore, what we're going to need to do is put in... Well, we've got plenty of space in this corner. Actually, yeah. I'm just kind of trying to think. Going to need a aggregate. It won't need anything particularly that big. Get that way there. We can put an aggregate store about there, so that we can kind of angle it slightly. Don't need anything too complicated. And then what we're going to need is that is coming in that way. So we don't want to crowd the buildings, because we've got to do the oil connections. So if I put in one there, now this one's going to be a little bit more tricky. In fact, I think we're going to keep this tidy for this one, these 2. So we can put one. This is going to angle up things, isn't it? Let's just use my mods. This is going to need a road. So we're going to need a... this one we can use. Put you on a footpath about there. Then we can put in not that one. You can put a road connection out there. And then what we can do is just put in a normal connection there. That. What that will do is give us the gravel supply there. And then I'm not going to put in the drop-off point because I think we can put that in later on. We will need a road through here because we're going to need to connect up you through to there and trim this back a bit and come to there. Right, we're going to need to put some fire protection in, so we'll do that. It's a connection there. Okay, we need to bring the road around the back like that. And we'll trim this road back here. So we've now got the gravel supply. The next thing we're going to need to do is put in the fuel oil supply because this is going to need oil. So we're going to need to come off here a pipeline. I think because we're going to be distributing so much fuel, we'll come off of this one and we're going to put that the other way, so the road is facing down this way like that. You know, keep the pipelines underground just to keep it tidy. Too long. So we're gonna have to come up about there. Cancel that. Really wish that this game had longer pipeline connections in. Actually, we're going to come out this way so that we can take advantage of the power connector there. So we're going to kind of come out in a big circle. Nope. Off of this one. Too long. That's because I've curved off of this, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Come to this one here. Now, what we got to do is put in if I come in on is the we're gonna have to run put a pipe connector there. You'd be kidding me. Okay, we're gonna have to remove you. It's gonna take quite a lot of oh, there it is. Causing confusion. Yeah, it's better. Okay. We'll have to put you. Oh, I can get that just angled a bit like that. This one is just okay. We're going to put, oh, look at that. I can get that road under that tower, and then make sure we can, yeah, we can come through here and connect it there should we need it. So we've now got this connection to here, and then what we got to do, oh, that's 1, 2, well, that way, that should be long enough. So if we put that about, oh, look at that, we can get that, wait, get there, go underground. You can connect to there, and hopefully you can connect to there. That. What that should do is give us the connections to the, take the road off and put that road in there. And then we've got, actually I've got to put the road in. I forget. I'm going to put the road in there. So we've got a road connection there, and take this road. We've got a road connection here. Get there, bring you back to there. And then we've got this one kind of hanging, these two hanging free, but won't worry about that. So we've now got the supply of the what we call it, the the oil and the gravel. Now what we've got to do is supply the wood. How can we supply the wood? Kind of part of me says put in a store here. Let me just see if I can get a open store. Again, we don't need a massive, lot of fires going on. Large aggregate store. Oh, where's that? Oh, wait, guys. Where you guys go? Oh, there they are. That was a bit worrying. Yep, they're on the job. There's could be a little bit of issue there with respect to this in the winter. That could be a problem. Just get here. Right, we've got population moving in here. I think we can allow people back into here. Just see whether our handling the sewage outfall is good. So we're going to get the population back to where it was before, and we are actually consuming the water, which is good. Now I'm going to be quite happy. The sewage import, water export. What we're looking at is balancing it about here. Just have to keep an eye on this. I mean, we can add water back into the system should we need it, because at the moment we've got this is consuming the water quite successfully. I mean, we got 1,400 tons of water in here, and all we got to do is to get it back in again, is to turn this pump back on. but I'd rather wait for that to empty out completely. So just give that a look. Okay, back to, where was I? Over here, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I've made a bit of a mistake here on reflection. Last chance to buy. Open doors. Ideally, I would like something like that. If we could get one in between there. Question's going to be, is the road connection. If I can get that, put one there. We'll put them in and see if we can actually get them connected. We'll put you there. And you've got a connection there, accept that. So we've got, that would give us our 2 supplies of the logs. Sorry, back to here again. So let's have a look at the, so that was that. So we can put the crops in the warehouses in on the front, because the amount of chemicals we're going to store is good. We can put the, bring the logs in from the back. We got the gravel, we got the water. So what we need now is a way to, you can come out that way to get you onto this back road. Yes, we can. And can we do the same here? Okay, there's a pipeline just here. I think we'll put the pipeline underground. Difficult to see where the pipe is. Put the pipe underground is gonna take the pipe out there. Underground pipe. Yeah, there. Connected, isn't it? Like it. That will mean that I can now put a road in here. We can connect it to there, or we can I get under here? Yes, I can. And then we can connect to there. I'm going to tag this in. No, we know this can be built, so cancel that. We're going to need to build a lot of road crews. Let me just see what my helicopter road crew is doing. The squadron is back. The reason for that is that I'm laying down loads of roads, which means we're going to need piles of gravel. See how much of this lot is being picked up by our helicopter crew. Oops, where are we? Get these built. Keep the helicopter crew busy, and we can put that out there. So what we need to do now is, how are we going to get the logs in? We need a workforce coming to here. Let me just check something. Oh. Obviously we've got a pressing need for some gravel. Which is, where are you? You produce 10 tons of wood per day, but you're seasonal. Now, how much is much of the these chemical plants are going to produce in the way of or demand? Let me just see back to chemical plant. Where is it? Right, he needs 2.8. That's say rounded to 3, so that means we need 12 tons. I don't know if there's a small forest. Let me just look. Factory. We're looking at, well, we need more than 12 tons because the wood farm doesn't run all year round. Irrigated cattle field, irrigated farm. Where is the sustainable forest? So if we had 2 of these out here, it's going to need, doesn't need water, but it needs a tiny amount. So say we put out, the problem's we're going to need to get a workforce into here. I'm a bit more inclined to put this. Does this produce any pollution? No. I'm a bit more inclined to put 2 sustainable forests here. Say like that. Let me just see. Where is the open source? Storage, grain storage. Never find the open stores when I want them. There we are. This was store 330 tons. I've got anything bigger than that. 95 tons. We got this one here, but this is vanilla and it's not very good. So let me just look at the open stores. What I'm looking for is something that can really store so it can store 1100 tons. Now that would make a difference. If we put one of these here like that, and then where's the another managed forest here, bit this way round. Got a managed forest there. Now what we will need to put in is something else I've forgotten about. We will need a cargo pickup point about there. Get rid of view. What we will need over here is a cargo pickup point. I've forgotten all about this. What's the storage for the grain? The 24 tons. Quite interesting. It says there's no storage for a 6 storage there. And I think what we'll do is we'll actually supply the crops directly into one of them as a kind of booster. Getting a little bit crowded here now. Could put you about there. Get rid of trim you off because you've got no storage. And what we can do is bring a road round there. That is going into that one there. That's going into this one here. And then this one will need another cargo drop off here. You can squeeze in there like that. Okay, we'll trim you off here. Yeah, we'll definitely take a road round here down to there. We've got the cargo drop-offs here. Now, the problem now is going to be crops, but I think I'm going to postpone that for the moment because part of me says that if we're growing lots of crops up here, that it might pay to actually bring it in on a silo, which we can then actually use. Okay. Anyway, so that means we've now planned our chemical plant. What we do need across here is a, well, actually I'm going to put a road here. Actually, we're going to start a road about, what was that? I don't know exactly what that was. We'll put a road here, curve you round like that, run you all the way along the front of here like that. And I think I just want to leave space here. We are going to be building a town up over there, but what I do want to do is do a connection like that, and then I think just to make things look tidy, I'm going to put in that there. This is going to drive my construction offices crazy. This can go into that one. This one can go into that one. This needs to be built, and then we'll connect that up. And then what we're going to need is another road that will run a bit of distance to make it easier to build them. Road across to there, and I think we're to there. These are going to need to deliver. You can come to there. Put the main structure in to begin with. So we've now got this round here, got this here, this connected up to here, and let's accept that. And this can go out to over here, and we're going to need something in this area to deal with the thingy bobs here. You can connect to there because that's a junction. Gets you connected. Gonna have to put a lot of power into this area as well. Anyway, I think I've planned my mass chemical industry. And of course, what we're going to need to do, we'll probably put the electro components and electronics in here, because what we're going to be, and the plastics, we also need to put the plastics industry into here as well. Because we've now producing chemicals, we need to produce plastics, and then we're going to need electronics. So this is going to be our electronics, electro components production area. And then probably what we'll have is a town out here. So we're going to need to extend our railway line into this. Anyway, I'm running out of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick once round and see what's going on. I'm going to check what my rail construction office is up to, make sure he's fully busy. No, he's back to 2. Has he already put in? What I do want to do is build this, get that built. I don't think he's actually electrified this. I think all he's done at the moment is, I don't think he's I think he's gone in there electrified that bit, but not back curved. Okay, it's not a problem. Let me just check where the other guys are working and what they're actually doing. They should be working in this area. If I can find them. Oh, this guy's away with the fairies. And where's the other guy? Okay, I can't find one of the jobs. Oh, he's building this bridge here. Bridges always take quite a long time to get built. So he's building this bridge. It's also the reason why you can't see it. Once we got across the bridge, we got the potential connection up to here. Let's check our... You can see we're now consuming the water. Now, just to show you, if I switch this on, it will take a little while for it to come through. But what should happen now is this should start to fill back up again. Because if I show you the water overlay, where's the water overlay? Water, that's not water pressure. What you see is that we are now drawing water into here, which means that this will slowly start to fill up again. Because of course the export tank won't be coming through, but I'm just going to leave that and see how it runs. Let's say if the ultimate result, if it doesn't work properly, what we can do is just take out the connectors out here and divert the water into something else. What are we doing here? Like we've actually filled up this area. We've got 217 people. I'm kind of, part of me says kind of absorb the population here so that it will continue growing, and then what I can do, in fact I think I will do it, we're going to have unemployment, but what I want to do is absorb the population here so that this is overworked or overstaffed, because in order to put in the population down here when it's ready, like our combined oil tanker thingy is now finished. Yeah, in order to get all the workforce into here big enough so that we can actually get this up and running, well, certainly going to need to set that to 55. Don't want anyone with poor... Actually, I've just thought of something. Dance hall. So this is almost ready to go, but what we don't have is a power supply, so we're going to need to work on that. It just suddenly occurred to me, I was building something down here and I forgot all about it, which is, where are we? Nope. Thank you, game. I built this second orphanage. Yeah, and it's got no supplies. Okay. You're delivering meat to that orphanage. Yeah, I put this orphanage in because as an attempt to kind of make things go a little bit quicker. Black Country orphanage. Yeah. So that was a little bit. You can see our happiness is back to 84%. We'll get the workforce into here. We need to set this to 55%. Now, there's two reasons why I built the orphanage here. One was that I needed more orphanage capacity. The other thing also was I was getting complaints in this area about people not having jobs because obviously some of the industries around here were being a little bit shut down. So I thought if I put the orphanage there, that would suck up the surplus jobs. There we are. That should make once the meat is delivered, they're going to be a bit more happier, and everything's going to go. And we're just going to check this area here. Wow, we've got 13th of July already. Wow. See, we've got 248 million. Now, I am kind of half building up as much money as possible at the moment, because when the new update comes out, we're going to do a little bit of experimentation. So I want some money to do a bit of experimentation on this map. Yeah, this is 105 now. What that should do now is take the pressure. Yeah, this is 171 still. These figures can be misleading because, of course, it shows what can happen. You know, it shows the drain, but of course, when you've got overlapping substations, these will actually draw off more power. But what this is doing is ensuring that power is supplied to this area here. And so just one more thing to do. We're going to take a little bit of a chance. We're not exactly sure of supplies. Now, in here somewhere is an old distribution office. Here, I think this is it here. That the one? More laws, load liquid coal pickup. Why have you? No, that's not it. There's a. I'm sure there's a. It might be this one. This guy is redundant now because this is empty because we're no longer producing bitumen. But what we can do is get you. You're going to need to cross the bridge. I think you can pick up from here. We'll do a better solution later on, but yeah, the swarm is definitely operating. We'll put you there, unload, and we'll start at 30% begin with, just in case this lot burns down. You've got power. You've got power. So we've got power over here. It's good. We need to look at the rest of the power. Obviously, this needs to be built. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.